There's this whole heightened sense of like, does it matter? At the end of the day, if there's nothing like COP to convene these entities together that could power change, if we don't have a COP, then what do we have? We need this conversation.
When we are talking about Africa's energy transition, we must raise our voices. We are the victims of this climate injustice.
The depth of these conversations is growing. The number of people who are feeling more about it is growing. The affected people are beginning to replace the cynicism about what is not being given to them by a more collective sense of responsibility. And I think that's useful.
Although Africa doesn't contribute significantly to the global pollution, a lot of the impact of the global climate changes happen in Africa. There's a lot of policies that are being developed where Africa can play a critical role, whether you're talking about carbon capture or talking about green energy transition. These are also relevant in Africa.
In the context of power, 60% of Africans are actually living without access to power or access to reliable power. Africa faces around $2.3 trillion worth of infrastructure gap in two sectors, power and transport.
What I'm asking for are smart partnerships where don't come to Africa and think you're going to do it for us, but come to Africa and partner with us.
Not enough money has reached Africa for adaptation, from bilaterals, from the climate finance arena, and we are trying to do a private sector adaptation to de-risk private capital so that we can, for the first time, construct infrastructure that is resilient to the impacts of climate change.
We all know that there's been very passionate discourse on the issues, and that the discourse had to happen, but I think there's been too much discourse and far too little action. And I think the headline of this COP27, just by putting implementation as the headline, is very welcome. It's just a reminder to everybody, we've all talked enough, let's start getting stuff done.